Right, welcome to the channel. Terminator Dark Fate puts the franchise on ice. Faces 120 million plus loss. Whoever thought pumping $200 million into a soft reboot of Terminator is a total moron. Furthermore, whoever thought pumping $200 million into a soft reboot of the Terminator franchise while simultaneously killing beloved characters was a good idea needs to be shot. So we've got a few things here. We've got the fact that actually it debuted to only 29 million US. Hardly surprising. But we also have the China box office. So really interesting. Now, let's look at how this even happened, because a lot of people were wondering how it got released in the UK and other territories first, and why it was released in the USA a little bit later. Now, that has inevitably damaged the film. The fact that it wasn't released universally all in one go absolutely damaged the film, because people in the UK, people in Asia and European markets saw the film, said it was trash, it all got out online. Now, you can take the Rotten Tomatoes score as much as you like. It doesn't matter. These numbers speak for themselves. Okay? The financials speak for themselves. Now, the reason why it was released in those markets first was because it was a split distribution. You had Fox handling distribution in the territories that it was released in first, and then you had Paramount handling the distribution elsewhere. This is not what Skydance, David Ellison, and James Cameron would have wanted. It's not what they would have wanted at all. They would have wanted it to be universally released and then just gone like that. But the fact that it had split distribution, that's why. And the reason why is that Fox would have taken profits in the other territories based off of this. Well, Fox, ergo Disney, I guess. And Paramount has probably suffered the biggest loss. The biggest loss. Because they've opened in the US to an absolute bomb. And it is a bomb. And we're not taking just the US into account. It's bombed worldwide. So a lot of people, you know, certain franchises do well in other in other territories, other countries, and you can say that it's not a bomb as a result of it, but this is bombed universally. So the film bombed in its US debut over the weekend with $29 million. Now, a lot of people, it initially was actually set to take about 30 million. And that was when I said, yeah, it's set to flop. Because 30 million is not good. Not with a $200 million budget. And then it went up as they got closer to the release. People were like, it's going to take 40 million. No. 30 million. A storied Hollywood film franchise has been terminated. Good on you, Hollywood Reporter. At least for the foreseeable future. Now, Terminator Dark Fate bombed in its global box office debut over the weekend, grossing just 29 million in the US. Now, that's interesting because a lot of people were looking to China to save it. China were never going to like this movie due to the strong female presence in it. And this is the problem with this film, is that it has they've tried to please like a new audience. Basically, the old saying, try to please everyone, you please no one. And that's what they've tried to do here. They've added, Terminator 1 and Terminator 2 scenes shot for shot, and archetypes shot for shot, while simultaneously creating new characters for a new audience. So they're trying to please old fans, whilst also bringing in a new guard. And it just, you've pleased no one with this crap. And it's utter tripe. Now, obviously, that's well behind expectations, and they go on to say, nor was its performance much better overseas, where it has only earned 94.6 million to date, including a lackluster China launch of 28 million for a global total of 123 million. Now, if we take into account that it had a rumored budget of between 180 to 200 million dollars, this marketing for this movie was massive. It was monumental. It was everywhere. They did a lot of press tours for this. A lot of press tours. A lot more than most movies. And not only that, adverts. It was absolutely everywhere. So the marketing budget for this has been huge, right? normally you can either double the budget or you can do 50% of the budget. So even if we're erring on the side of caution, say rounded up to 200 million, $100 million, so 50% of that for marketing, that's $300 million. They have to take home well in the region of $500 million to start seeing any amount of profit. Because again, remember that split distribution. So Fox taking profits overseas, Paramount taking profits in the States. They would have had to have made so much money. Then you also have to take into account the theatre cuts. There is no way that this film will ever make any money. This film is going to be losing hundreds of millions of dollars. Easily. It's only done 123 million. It's not even come close to just its production budget. Laughable. Absolutely laughable. Now, Hollywood Reporter goes on to say that Dark Fate faces losses of 120 million plus for partners Skydance Media, Paramount Pictures and 20th Century Fox, which is true, but it says with each up to 30% of the $185 million budget. But it's true, but it's not true, because if it's only taken 123 million, rumored budget of 200 million, you can do the maths there. They've lost a lot of money. A lot of money. Like I say, even erring on the side of caution, 300 million is the total expenditure, marketing budget included. And you also have China's Tencent that had a 10% stake as well, which was a controlling stake in this movie. Or an equity stake anyway. Now, the red ink could end up at 130 million if the pick doesn't hold internationally. Conversely, the losses could be closer to 110 million if it does have strong legs offshore, sources add. But it doesn't have strong legs. No one is watching this movie and then telling people to go and watch it. Yeah, sure, some people are, that's fine. But the outliers, 9 times out of 10, it's not. That's just a vocal minority. Now, while the losses will be spread around, Dark Fate's surprisingly poor performance is a blow for David Ellis and Skydance, which has spent tens of millions trying to reboot James Cameron's created series that first hit the big screen in 1984. It's a blow for Paramount, which needs franchises. I don't understand why anyone thinks this is a surprise. While the losses will be spread around, Dark Fate's surprisingly poor performance. The Hollywood Reporter, mate, you know better than this. It's not remotely surprising in any way, shape or form. If you come out like you are Tim Miller, you come out and you bash the fans from the get-go and you preemptively, basically, tell everyone that your film is shit because you're threatening people by saying, yo, if you don't like this, you're just a misogynistic troll, then no one's going to want to watch your crap. It's not surprising in any way, shape or form. Really, really is not. Now, Ellison's first attempt was 2015's Terminator Genesis. I know it's Genesis. Released in partnership with Warner Brothers, the film, which cost more than 150 million to produce before marketing, grossed 440.6 million globally. So it wasn't a financial disaster, and it earned more than 100 million in China alone, but faltered in the US, where it topped only at 89.8 million. The thing is, it only produced that sort of money because it did so well in China. Now, this not doing good in China has absolutely destroyed, well, and the fact that the US has destroyed the prospects of this movie ever doing well, ever. Terrible. Now, we get to the hilarious part here, right? Box office analysts say the movie's poor opening is a reflection of complete IP failure. No, wrong, because there was actual interest in this movie. There was a lot of interest in this movie, but then it soured. And then everyone saw the movie and it was shit. So, no, completely wrong. Your box office analysts are actually wrong. It's got nothing to do with intellectual property fatigue or failure. It really doesn't. It's time to let this franchise finally go to the great beyond, says Eric Handler of MKM Partners. Jeff Bach also stated, this is definitely the end of the line for the Terminator franchise in its current iteration. That said, IPs are harder to kill off than Jason Voorhees these days, so expect a new series in 5 years on CBS All Access, probably animated this time. I mean, you can joke about it, but that's probably the way this is going to go. I appeared on Midnight's Edge doing a live stream last night. Super long live stream, 2 hours long. Head on over to watch that if you want. We discussed all things Terminator Dark Fate. But I said in the live stream that they should have just made a trilogy. They should have just made a trilogy, a cyclical story that just ends up repeating itself. You know, that's what they should have done. And then you could have done offshot stories within it. But they've fucked themselves with this crap. This is dead. It's done. It's dead as a dodo. The goodwill and brand equity created by the first two Terminator films was arguably undone by the subsequent pre-Dark Fate installments, which may have negatively impacted audience interest in this latest chapter in the series. It's amazing what these people think. How do you have jobs? Guys, there was genuine interest in this movie. People saw it. It was crap. They saw the first trailer. It was boring. They saw dodgy effects. It's a bad film. Stop trying to defend it by saying that it's actually other people's fault. You know, it's the other movies that did it. No, you're completely incorrect. There was genuine interest in this movie. Genuine interest. Like, I've been doing these Terminator Explained videos, and they have absolutely skyrocketed in views. So, and it's not to say like, oh, views. That is a direct, actual, measurable interest. Like, you can actually measure the interest in the Terminator franchise recently. It's been huge. So all of this nonsense that they're spouting here, it's just that. It's nonsense. China's box office, Terminator Dark Fate self-destructs, opening in second place. So Chinese filmgoers rescue the last Terminator film, 2015's Terminator Genesis, with local ticket sales totaling 113 million. Tim Miller's new installment is getting no such boost, however. It was never going to do well. Dark Fate has earned a so-so 8.610 social score on local ticketing service Moyan, slightly less than Genesis 8.9. Filmgoers are showing clear preference for the new installment's competition, Better Days, a dark coming-of-age drama about high school life in China. I mean, it's never gonna do very well, is it? This film's never gonna do very well. Look, let this be a lesson, Tim Miller. Stop mouthing off before we've seen the film. Let this be a lesson, Hollywood. You know, stop teasing everyone with nostalgia to then shit on it in the movie. You're getting people interested in the product with nostalgia to then flip on the nostalgia in the film. It's a real bad look. It's a real bad look. So there you go, look. There you go, that's it, it's done. This will be it for a long time. This will be it for a long time. And all you little idiots that jump up and go, oh, it's because of channels like you. Shut up. Seriously? I'm flattered that you think a channel like mine has that much sway on the public that I could sink a franchise. But you are utterly way off base, mate. Way off base. There is no way channels on the internet can ruin a franchise. If it's good, it's good. And it will speak for itself. This was shit. Everyone knew it was. They saw it. It was crap. Anyway, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, so please do let me know down below in the comment section. Also, please do keep an eye out on my channel. What I'm going to be doing now for bigger tentpole properties, which I've never done before, I'm going to be doing live stream spoiler discussions. So I think it will probably end up being tonight, depending on how my day goes. But I will be scheduling a live stream where it's just a full spoiler chit chat. I engage with you guys, my viewership. You ask me questions, we talk, we chit chat, and we'll just talk about the film, basically. So it'll be a Terminator Dark Fate spoiler discussion video. So keep an eye out for that. But anyway, if you are new here, please do hit subscribe. You can stay up to date on the world of pop culture and movie news and deep dives on the industry such as this by hitting the bell notification icon. For returning subscribers, please make sure you are subscribed. YouTube is systematically unsubscribing people every single day. I don't know why. Sounds like I'm bullshitting, but it's actually the truth. So please do check that you are actually subscribed. Also, big push for my Patreon recently. If you have ever thought about supporting the channel further, please do. I produce 2 playthroughs per week for all my patrons and other exclusive content like Skype roundtable discussions as well, where we will just literally chit chat on Skype. So check out my Patreon. It's linked down below in the description box. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I haven't missed the age. Take care.